Hello tech people. If you ever wanted to hook up a motor to your Arduino or ESP32 project and did not know where to start, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to show you how to control DC motors, servo motors, and stepper motors, all with Arduino. And trust me, it's easier than you think. Before we begin, the easiest and most beginner-friendly way to control several motors at once is using the Arduino Uno and a motor shield. A full tutorial on that can be found on this channel. But if you need to use a nano or make custom projects, you can use the drivers we see in this video. Let's start with the simplest and most common type, the DC motor. You'll find these in toys, fans, small robots. They're cheap, fast, and easy to use. But to control their speed or direction, we need a motor driver. The most widely used option is the L293D or L298N. These are dual H-bridge motor drivers, meaning they can control two DC motors independently. You can make a motor spin forward, backward, or vary its speed using just a few Arduino pins. Using this driver, you can use motors in the range of 5 volts to 35 volts. Connect the motor power supply to this pin, which is labeled 12 volts. And as long as the voltage is under 12 volts, you do not need a separate 5-volt input here. Just keep this jumper on and the L298 chip will be powered by the onboard voltage regulator. And this 5-volt pin will output 5 volts. If you're supplying more than 12 volts to the motors, then remove this jumper and supply 5 volts to this pin. Next, the motors are connected to the out pins on either side. These are the speed control pins, ENA and ENB. They have a jumper on by default. When the jumper is on, the motors run at full speed. But if you need speed control, remove the jumper and connect a PWM pin of your microcontroller to this pin. Then connect the input pins, in 1 and in 2, to control motor A. Then in 3 and in 4 to control motor B. Let's run a sample code. I've linked all the code in the description. This code will run the motor forwards for 2 seconds, then backwards for 2 seconds. Then run it at different speeds using PWM. Let's upload and run the code. As simple and powerful as this driver board is, it is very outdated and inefficient. It has a voltage drop of 2 volts and it also generates a lot of heat. That's why more compact drivers like the TB6612 FNG are preferred nowadays. It's also a dual H-bridge driver, meaning it can control 2 DC motors, just like the L298N. But it's smaller, more efficient, and doesn't waste as much voltage as heat. It can drive motors from 2.5 to 13.5 volts and delivers up to 1.2 A per channel continuously. The power for the motors is connected to the VM pin, while the logic voltage is connected to the VCC pin, meaning 5 volts or 3.3 volts depending on your project. The motors are connected to the output pins. Motor A is connected to A01 and A02, while motor B is connected to B01 and B02. The motor input is connected to AIN1, AIN2, bin1, and bin2 pins. The speed control pins are PWM-A and PWM-B, connected to PWM pins on the Arduino. The only extra that needs to be done is to connect the standby pin to 5 volts. The standby pin needs to be pulled high for the driver to be enabled. But you can also connect this pin to a digital pin and use it to put the driver in standby mode. The Arduino is already running the code for the L298 driver. If we just swap the driver board, it should work. Let's see if it works. This driver is a solid, compact choice, especially for battery-powered robots where efficiency matters. It can run these small micromotors in low voltage if you're making something tiny, like this. Next option is the DRV8833 motor driver. It's very similar to the TB6612. Here are the key differences. It operates in a voltage range from 2.7 to 10.8 volts and can continuously supply up to 1.2 A per channel. It also includes a low-power sleep mode, which lets you save power, especially when the motors are not in use. Unlike the other motor drivers, this one has only one power supply connection, because the motor voltage is the same as the logic voltage. So VCC and GND is where you connect the power supply that drives the motors, which can be in the range of 2.7V to 10.8V. The sleep pin, labelled EEP on the board silkscreen, controls the driver's sleep mode. Setting this pin low puts the board into a low-power sleep mode, while setting it high makes it active again. And on the back side of the module, there's a solder jumper J1. Closing this jumper will enable the driver, and opening it will put the board in sleep mode. Connect power to VCC and ground. Connect in 1 to pin 9 and in 2 to 10. Connect in 3 to 6 and in 4 to 5. And connect the motors. Unlike the other drivers, these pins directly control the speed of the motors. So, extra pins are not needed. Just send PWM signals on one of the input pins. So we have to modify our code a little bit. One of the input pins has to be PWM pins if we need speed control. So we change up the pins before running it. Here is a size comparison of the driver boards that we have seen so far. You can choose the right one for your project. Next up, servo motors. A standard hobby servo has 3 wires, VCC, usually 5 volts, GND, and a signal pin. Inside, it's a geared motor with a position sensor and built-in control circuit, so no external drivers are needed. Connect the red wire to the 5V pin on the Arduino. Connect the black or brown wire to the GND ground pin. Connect the orange or yellow wire to pin 9 on the Arduino. This pin is PWM enabled, meaning it can send the PWM signal needed to control the servo's movement. The Arduino IDE has built-in examples for servo motors. Go to Examples, Servo, and open Sweep Example. Upload this code onto the Arduino. If everything is set up correctly, you'll see the servo motor's shaft sweeping back and forth across 180 degrees. It's okay to connect small motors like these directly to the Arduino, but for larger or multiple servos, it's safe to use an external power supply. Now let's move to stepper motors. These are great when you need precise control over position and movement. They can rotate continuously like DC motors and be positioned precisely like servo motors. The most common stepper in DIY projects is the 28BYJ48, usually paired with the ULN 2003 driver. It's slow and low torque, but cheap and easy to use. The motor has 5 wires, the middle one usually being for 5 volts and the rest for controlling the motor. This motor can be directly plugged into the driver board. The wires may be mixed up in the connector to match the driver board, so be cautious if you are wiring it manually. Check your datasheet. The board has 4 control inputs and a power supply connection. IN1 to IN4 are motor control input pins. Connect them to the Arduino's digital output pins. Connect the driver boards to Arduino digital pins 8, 9, 10 and 11, respectively. Then connect the stepper motor to the driver. Finally, make sure your circuit and Arduino share a common ground. For the code, we'll use the Arduino stepper library, which comes with the Arduino IDE. Here is a simple sketch that turns the motor slowly in one direction, then rapidly in the opposite direction. Upload the code and test it out. Because the motor consumes a significant amount of power, it is preferable to use an external 5V power supply rather than from the Arduino. Now, if you're working with more powerful steppers like the NEMA 17, you'll need a driver like the A4988. It supports higher current and micro-stepping, but these require a bit more setup, like current tuning and external power. To keep this video beginner-friendly, we'll save those advanced stepper drivers for a separate deep dive. For now, the ULN 2003 with 28BYJ48 is a great place to start. So that's a rundown of the most common motors you'll use in DIY electronics, along with the drivers that power them. I've linked all the code examples and wiring diagrams in the description below. If you learned something new or have questions about a specific motor or driver, drop a comment. And if you're planning a robot, let me know what you're building.